The Washington Wizards, they finally traded Bradley Beal, and he's heading to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, multiple pick swaps, including a handful of second-round picks. Now, obviously, the details of those picks are unknown as of right now, but since the KD trade had occurred earlier in February, which included 4 first-round picks and another first-round pick of a swap, the Suns did not have many first-round picks to offer the Washington Wizards. However, what they presented was enough for them to get the deal done. Now, what's interesting is that the team was planning to waive Chris Paul, but eventually that's not going to happen. He's going to be heading to DC, and now Bradley Beal, he's heading to Phoenix, forming a big three between him, Kevin Durant, who just joined the team a couple months ago, and Devin Booker. Now, the first thing to mention is that this is going to be Kevin Durant's third super team that he is forming. He did so previously in Brooklyn with James Harden and Kyrie, and obviously in Golden State. And what's interesting about this trade is that first-round picks were not really a problem for the Wizards for them to agree on. And on top of that, DeAndre Ayton is not a part of the trade, so he's staying in Phoenix, and he's going to be joining a lineup of Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and the other 4 positions going to be Josh Okogie or Torrey Craig. And ever since that trade has came out, the Suns have the second best odds in the West, only behind the defending champs Denver Nuggets. And for the Washington Wizards, they are now going to be heading into rebuild mode. It's very unlikely that CP3 is going to be staying with the Wizards because of the direction the team is heading and at the age that Chris Paul is at, being 38 years old. But with Bradley Beal being one of the best players in the NBA, having scored 30 points in a single season previously, being a multi-all-star, it still feels like a bit of an underwhelming trade offer that the Wizards had agreed on. But nonetheless, it's a new regime. Matter of fact, they just hired a new general manager and president of operations, so it's a new era in DC. It's going to be very interesting to see where things are heading, because throughout this entire time, they've been a middle of the pack team, good enough to not really get a top 5 pick, but not good enough to make a deep playoff run, or matter of fact, even make the playoffs. And Kristaps Porzingis, he's on the trade block. Kyle Kuzma's already going to decline his player option. There's a good chance he's not going to return to the team. So there's a very high chance the Wizards are going to be heading into rebuild mode. Now, as for Phoenix, they now have star power everywhere between the 3 main guys. However, it's going to be concerning how they're going to fit together, because you have 3 pure scorers and there's only, of course, 1 basketball. And we've seen it repeatedly whenever a super team has formed between 3 star players, usually one of those guys takes the back seat. It's going to be interesting how this is going to work out in Phoenix between KD, Booker, and now Bradley Beal. And the one last thing to mention is that Bradley Beal had to approve this trade because he had a no trade clause, and he eventually did so. So he's now officially heading to Phoenix, and Chris Paul will not be waived. He's going to be heading to the Wizards for now. That's all for now, you guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with others, as I'll see you guys next time.